There have been 20 LEGO modular buildings released since 2007. People use these to make incredible LEGO cities. There are a whole host of different style buildings you would find in a normal city created as a modular building, such as restaurants, hotels, a cinema, shopping stores, a bank, police and fire stations. And every year, fans speculate on what the next modular building will be, with people always suggesting the same: a school or a hospital. The modular then comes out, and I wouldn't say we're disappointed because the design of these buildings are incredible, especially the latest offering, the Tudor Corner. It gets built, added to the Lego City or display, and the cycle begins again. Oh, I wonder what the next modular building will be. Well, I decided enough was enough and planned to add a much desired school to my Lego City. So I found instructions to an incredible modular school on Rebrickable by a designer called PDJ. I bought the instructions, which were €25, and then got all the pieces together for it. Oh, did I forget to mention this school is over 14,000 pieces? It took a while to get all of them, but I did, and now the school is complete. Check out the size of this building. It's basically three modular buildings put together. No, really, look, it comes apart in three sections. The centre module has three separate floors as well as the roof. I still need one dark tan dish for the top of this, which we won't draw attention to. Why are we still zoomed in? Come away! The two side modules have two floors as well as the roof. Absolutely huge. So it's safe to say this building looks incredible on the outside, but it's just as impressive on the inside. So let's take a look. We'll start off with the ground floor of each module and work our way up the school, starting with the centre, which is the entrance to the school. There's some nice large steps leading to the three-door entrance of the school. Beyond them is the school foyer, I guess. Here we've got the staircase to the upper levels, some vending machines. There's also toilets on either side. They are male and female toilets. And it's also got some finer details too, like the benches, fire extinguisher, and a plant. The great thing about this school is you can get to each of the other modulars through the open doorway on the side. And just looking down, it looks absolutely fantastic. Moving on to the ground floor of the other modules now. Each classroom corridor has a set of lockers, and they are all detailed with books and other things like this boomerang on the top of them, and they look great. Before we look at the classrooms, I'm not lying when I say that every classroom in this school is phenomenal. I know that sounds over the top, but it's the truth. The first classroom is what I would call your generic classroom. This is where you would do loads of lessons like history, geography, lessons like that. It's packed with 9 students' desks. There's cabinets and bookcases at the back. There's a whiteboard on the side of the wall. The teacher's desk at the front, who's got the blackboard behind him. Each classroom has a clock on the wall. Then there's the finer details like the plant that you saw in the foyer. The desks having all types of different books on them as well. The fact that there's radiators on the wall, there's pens on the whiteboard and blackboard. And this isn't even the best classroom either. There's still so much more to come. Across the hall in the other module is the music room. So in here we've got a few brick built instruments like the set of drums, a cello, and the piano. The piano is a touchy subject for me because you just have to look at that and it falls apart. So not the best design for the piano. Then again, there's some finer details like the cabinets in the corner, another whiteboard on the wall, there's a plant, and then some other instruments like the saxophone and guitar clipped to the wall. Moving on to the next floor of the school, starting at that centre module again, where the staircase leads you to the school canteen or school cafeteria. So in the centre here, we've got some tables for the students to dine at. Some of those tables have got some food on already. There's some greenery in the centre of there, which looks really good. There's also some more vending machines up here. Details like the bin and the fire extinguisher too. Then also in here as well, we've got a small kitchen area where all the food's getting cooked. And this is just so highly detailed for such a small kitchen. In there, we've got the cooker with the extractor hood. There's a wash area. Just so packed full of details. It's incredible. Also in this area as well, there is another staircase that leads you to the top floor of that centre module, which we'll check out soon. On to the next classroom now, and this is definitely my favourite classroom. So this is the science classroom. In the centre of the room, we have 4 tables where they carry out their experiments. As you can see, they've got the Bunsen burners with some chemicals bubbling away. There's also a wash area, some jars, fire extinguishers on hands if there's an accident. The teacher has got the same apparatus, probably maybe a bit more detailed as well, at the front on his desk. Behind him, he's got his blackboard, and there's also a skeleton there as well, because you'll find them in most science classrooms, which is pretty cool. At the back, there's more cabinets as well as a few jars on the top. There should be more apparatus there as well. I think originally in the designs there was supposed to be a globe, but I haven't got that piece yet as of yet. And there's also a little skeleton poster on the wall that I remember ordering from some custom tile printing. I thought I'd add that in there as well. And then yeah, another whiteboard. Fantastic room. Really love this one. Across the hall in the other classroom is a computer classroom. There's 6 desks in here. They've each got a computer as well as the teacher's desk with a computer. Instead of a blackboard in this classroom behind the teacher, there is a big screen TV, but it does have the whiteboard on the wall like the others classrooms so far. We've got a bookcase and some more cabinets at the back. As well as the computers, they've all got their mobile phones on the desk. You wouldn't find that happening in the UK. They're not allowed their phones, but a really cool detail for this classroom. Definitely like this classroom a lot. With the 2 side buildings, the next layer is their roof, and these are still highly detailed. On the one side, it's full of solar panels and an electric box that controls them, and on the other side is all of the air conditioning units that cools down the whole school or heats it in wintertime. And if you haven't noticed, in each of the rooms there is actually an air conditioning vent on the wall. I just didn't show that. So that's a really cool extra detail as well. So the staircase from that cafeteria leads up to the final floor of the central module, and it opens up on a corridor that has 2 entrances that lead to the 2 roofs from the side modulars. And then the final floor on this school is the library. In here we've got 2 large bookcases that are packed full of books, obviously. And then there's another bookcase on the side wall which is half the size as well. Again, packed full of books. There's 3 desks in here where the students can study, grab their books from the bookcases, sit down and give them a read. Then there's a lamp, fire extinguisher, some greenery. You may have also noticed that every single room in this building has tiled floors. It kind of stayed into a similar theme that I was doing with the white tiles, the sand green in the corridors. They weren't the colours that the rooms were supposed to be. I didn't have the light bluish grey, so I used what I could. And when it came to this room, I was completely out of white, sand green, all sorts of different colours. So I only used what I had left, which was the dark bluish grey. And I'm not particularly a fan of it in this room. It makes it look very dark. But like I said, this is all I had for this room, so I just had to go with it. And the last part of the modular school is the central module roof. Now it's actually quite heavy because there's a lot of parts to this. Obviously we've got the 4 pillars that are on the corner. Obviously we won't be talking about the white one. I know I need to order that. But as well as that, we've got some electric bits on the top, some vents, antenna in the center there. We've got a satellite, some other vent as well, some extraction vent, I think that one is. And it's also got a clock on the front of it. Now this clock is from the Disney castle. The original instructions included the clock from the town hall, and also I think it's on the Disney train station, but I didn't have those and they were quite expensive. I thought I would just take this off of my Disney castle for the time being, and I don't think that it looks too bad. It's got a nice tile surround going around it and other features as well. I mean, the entire exterior of the building is beautifully designed. The patterns that is created with the brickwork is absolutely incredible. It just looks fantastic. And that is the modular school designed by PDJ that you can find on Rebrickable. I'll put the link to this modular school down in the description. So if you want to go and check it out, maybe buy it for yourself, you can find it there. Go take a look. Now, I just want to quickly go over some of the things that I'm going to change on it, and also as well going to add. So to start with, I'm definitely going to swap out these trees because I'm not a fan of these whatsoever. The leaves are just way too flimsy, and I don't like that the trunks and the branches on the tree are black. It's just, I'm not a fan of that. I want just some standard brown trunk trees that aren't this flimsy. I mean, look, I've just knocked that one off, and that's the case for all 3 of them that are along the front of this modular school. Something else that's quite flimsy is the bus stop. There you go, I've just tapped it and knocked the back window off. Not a huge fan of this bus stop, so that will definitely be coming out. I might swap it for another bus stop. I'm not too sure. I might have the sidewalk all clear so I can put my special pupils on that I will now show you. So I've done a few updates on this modular school in the past before. So I've definitely said that I wanted the students to have all matching uniform, and I went for this Harry Potter torso, and I think it looks really good. And slowly, whenever I've been placing an order, I've looked in the store on Bricklink to see if they had this torso. And now I'm up to 22 of these Harry Potter torsos, and I want to make as many pupils in this uniform as possible and fully pack out the sidewalk, the classrooms, just all around the school where it's going to be in a Lego set. And I think that's going to look really good. So happy to have this building complete and now in the Lego City. It's by far the best building I think that I have in my Lego City collection. Now I just need to come up with a place for it to go in the Lego City. At first I was thinking here where it backs on to Diagon Alley because it really closes that off and looks good, but I definitely do want it in a more prominent place where I can just see it head on in all its glory. So I'm going to have a think about that. Let me know what you think to the modular school, and also where do you think I should be placing this in the Lego City. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.